In today's economy, with inflation going through the roof, it is time for some budget-friendly meals. Hey y'all, I'm Mandy, and this is Mandy in the Making. We're gonna jump right in, and I'm gonna share with you 5 really budget-friendly meals for you and your family to enjoy. But I'm also gonna be jumping in here and reading some comments from last Friday's video. Each week, what we've been doing is finding a few comments and taking a screenshot of those and just reading those here on screen. So keep the good comments coming. We really don't have a lot of chopping to do. I'm gonna dice up this portion of red onion and then also dice up some red bell pepper. So it's just me and Steven here tonight, but these potatoes aren't very large. So I'm gonna do 3 potatoes. Me and him will split the extra one, but I'm gonna do mine in the Instant Pot. She mentions doing hers in the oven, and that would be a great idea, especially if you're wanting to crisp it up and you like to eat the skins. But Steven and I don't really eat the skins, so we're just gonna do the easy route and do it in the Instant Pot. Okay, I've got my skillet here. I'm going to add a little bit of olive oil so we can saute our peppers and our onions. We're just gonna saute these for 3 to 5 minutes, just until they're really soft and translucent. Okay, it's been about 5 minutes. I'm gonna add in my black beans, which I have drained and rinsed. And I'm gonna add in some frozen corn. This is about 3/4 a cup. We're gonna let both of these warm through for another 3 minutes or so. Now that that's warmed through, let's add a can of diced green chilies. And I'm also gonna add some taco seasoning. She doesn't say how much, she just said however much you want. So I'm gonna start with probably a couple of tablespoons and see what I think. Now at this point, she said just to add just a couple of splashes of water. And lastly, I'm gonna add some lime juice for flavor. Now this last step is completely optional, but she did mention that she loves to add a little bit of hot sauce, and y'all know, you know. Okay, this is ready to go. This is going into our potatoes. Let's go plate this up. Okay, to go in our potatoes, I'm going to shred a little bit of Monterey Jack cheese. Tonight I'm serving this with corn salsa, guacamole, and cilantro lime rice. All of these are Chipotle copycat recipes, and I fixed them on Tuesday's video. So if you haven't seen those, little plug, you should go see that video. Let's try Rocher's black bean taco stuffed potatoes.
Man, yeah.
We added a little bit of corn salsa to it.
Oh gosh.
There's gonna be so much flavor, babe.
Yes. Wow, that bean salsa. Just a little bit of spice. Man, lots of flavor in that. Just a little kick.
Yeah.
To that for sure.
Well, I added this. He went and grabbed that. He was like, I'm gonna get some hot sauce. I said, well, there's already some in there. Good stuff?
But that bean salsa, man, wow. And then just a little bit of the
corn salsa.
The corn salsa in there. Did you put lime in the corn salsa?
Uh-huh.
This is a very interesting meal.
Well, I'm excited.
Really
okay.
Lots of great flavors going on here.
Hi.
Hey, how's it going?
So he has become kind of the comment reader, and we find it more interesting for him to just read on camera before he's even seen the comment. So
yeah, I'm the commentator.
That's good.
I'm the commentator.
You just a tater.
Well, I am just a tater. I'm the commentator.
Uh-huh.
And then I'm the commentator.
Yeah. Okay. So So you want to read this one?
Okay, yes, I do. Denise Odom. She said, I don't comment often on videos, but I felt compelled to do so. I absolutely love your videos, and I think y'all are adorable. Please keep the videos coming. God bless. God bless you. Thank you so much for that
Thank you, Denise.
sweet comment.
I love to see when people comment and they say, I don't comment often. Like, that's a huge, it's a compliment. I take that as a compliment because I know that takes time out of your day. You have to stop what you're doing and leave a comment. And for it to be a kind comment like that, it blessed my heart. So thank you very much. Okay, y'all, this is what you need to make red macaroni. You need a jar of spaghetti sauce. This one is a really large jar, but I've already used part of it. Just a regular jar of spaghetti sauce. You need about a cup and a half of water, which I don't have sitting out here. Italian seasoning, salt and pepper. You need a cup of elbow macaroni. You need 1 onion diced, 1 pound of lean ground beef, and some shredded cheese. Now I'm just going to brown all of this up and kind of saute these onions along with it. One other thing I forgot to mention is you want to preheat your oven to 350. Now I'm going to add the spaghetti sauce. Now I'm adding my Italian seasoning. It takes about a tablespoon of that. And about a cup to a cup and a half of water. And usually I just put the water right in here and kind of mix it around and get the rest of the spaghetti sauce off. You can always add more water later if you feel like it's starting to dry out a little too much. And then you're gonna add a cup of your macaroni. This is not cooked. Now you're gonna mix all of this up and you're gonna let it start to bubble, and then you're gonna turn it down and you're gonna simmer it on like medium low to low for about 20 minutes until the macaroni is. And I'm gonna come back and stir it about every 5 minutes, but I'm gonna let it kind of simmer here to cook the macaroni for about 20 minutes. Okay, so after 20 minutes, it's gonna look like this. You wanna test and make sure that your macaroni is cooked all the way through. Then you're gonna transfer it to a baking dish and cover it with cheese and put it in the oven. So now it goes in the oven for about 5 minutes just to let the cheese melt. I'm not gonna put a lid on it. And after that, it's time to eat.
A sweet and spicy ginger.
A sweet and spicy ginger, that's the screen name.
Yeah, she said, I looked through a few of the comments, not sure if someone said this, but that eye on the tip of the peeler is for getting the bad spots off of a potato. Use it like a scoop or spoon so you won't have to keep peeling and have less waste. God bless.
So, okay,
Nice.
My potato peeler is quite old, but I know like the really old ones that are all metal, they have like almost like this little hole in them at the top. But I wonder if this one, if that's what this is for too, to like
Maybe
dig into the potato.
Yeah, you could try. That's a good tip.
Because in that video, I was peeling off the potato for the bad spot. But if I just used that and got the bad spot out, I waste less. Several of you, I think there was a Heather, maybe Nancy, several people told me that same thing. So I really appreciate y'all telling me that. Chili and cornbread casserole using a Jiffy corn muffin mix box. Using this. This is very easy. We're going to bake the cornbread part first while we make the chili part on the stove, and then we'll pour the chili over top and bake it all together. It should be delicious. Let's get started by preheating the oven to 400. We need 1 box of the Jiffy corn muffin mix, a half a cup of milk, 2 eggs, and we need 1 cup of cheese. I've got 2 cups here. I've got just regular cheddar cheese and then the New York white cheddar cheese. But we're gonna add half of it into this mixture. Let's just mix this around. To my 9x13 pan, I'm just going to add some nonstick spray, and we're gonna pour our Jiffy mix into the bottom of this and just spread it out. Okay, this is going in the oven at 400 degrees for about 20 minutes. I was in a rush and I totally forgot to add this corn to the Jiffy mix. I guess I could still add it. Should I try? Oh, we doing it. It's happening. I'm just gonna mix it around and then throw it back in. I had just put it in the oven, so it's not that big a deal. I'm such a good cook. Can't you tell? Tell me below in the comments, do you do this? Do you forget ingredients like all the time? Because I do. All the time. It's fine. We're fine. It's going back in the oven. Back to regularly scheduled programming. I have a pound of ground beef that I am cooking up here on the stove. Okay, this is no longer pink, so let's add in all of the extra stuff. I've got a pack of chili seasoning mix. This is just the Pampered Chef one. You can use whatever brand you would like. A can of diced tomatoes. I'm using petite diced, and you don't want to drain this first. A can of chili beans. Again, don't drain it. And an 8-ounce can of tomato sauce. I'm gonna turn my heat down to about medium, maybe a little less. And I'm gonna stir this and just cook it for the remainder of the time that our cornbread is in the oven. And then we will top it with this mixture. Okay, so our cornbread portion is done for now. Now let's add our chili mixture on top. And then finally, we're gonna top it with the remaining 1 cup of cheese. And this is going back in the oven for 20 more minutes. You left a crumb. Okay, it just came out of the oven. We are gonna let this sit for about 5 to 7 minutes before we dig in.
Yes. Well, chili and cornbread is one of my favorite things, so I know I'm gonna like this.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. So the cornbread has cream corn in it.
Oh yeah, that's really good.
Is it?
It's fantastic. I love it. This is my kind of thing. Come home from work,
That's right.
comfort food.
Yep.
You did a good job. Proud
Thank
of you.
you.
Here we go. Tabitha Bell. She said, when the subby supper isn't a supper, it should be called a subby sweet. I like that.
Love that.
Yeah, that's good.
That's so cute.
Really good.
So last Friday's video, the subby supper was a subby dessert. So we're going to start calling those subby sweets.
Subby
I love it.
sweets.
Thank you, Tabitha.
Yeah, very good idea. Oh, there's a little thing in there.
Yeah, there's
A little clip
There's
in
a
there.
clip in there.
It's just a little on top.
Did you mess it up?
Probably. I'm sorry.
Well, it'll be all right.
It looks cute.
Okay.
Just had to.
So Tabitha, I grew up, my cat growing up, her name was Tabitha. And I wonder if you got your name from this too, but we named her Tabitha from the show Bewitched. Do you remember that show?
Yes, I think.
Elizabeth Montgomery.
Is that where she like did her little nose?
Yes,
and
yes.
some stuff happens?
Yes.
Okay.
I think, no. Yeah,
Is that the same one?
yes. I always get that mixed up with I Dream of Jeannie. I don't know why. But
No, wait a minute.
that
Is
was
that-
different. No, that's right. Bewitched
the
was
right
the
one?
nose. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So Tabitha was the daughter, I'm pretty sure, on Bewitched. But anyway, we named our cat Tabitha, and she lived to be a very old age. She was my sweetie.
Yeah.
Fun fact, my senior pictures, I'm holding her in some of my senior pictures, like for high school senior, you know.
I remember those pictures.
You remember that?
I do.
I need to find those. Yeah. So I have pictures of me holding Tabitha, but the name Tabitha just means a lot to me. It makes me smile. Tonight's subby supper is called kielbasa. I always feel like I'm saying that wrong. Tell me how you say it below. I've heard it a lot of different ways. I'm going to say kielbasa skillet stew. We're going to serve it over rice, and I'm also going to make Stephen's grandmother's recipe of cornbread. But the first thing we're going to do is cook up some bacon, and then we're going to leave the fat in the pan and then cook up some other stuff in that, which means it's going to have a ton of flavor. While our bacon is cooking, I'm going to go ahead and slice this really thinly. Now that our bacon is cooked, we're just gonna pull it to the side. We are gonna leave the drippings in there, and we're gonna cook our sausage and our onion in there now. I've got 1 medium-sized onion that's been diced, and we're adding in our kielbasa sausage. To this, I'm gonna add a little bit of garlic. The recipe she sent doesn't call for it, but we love garlic in this house. So basically, we are just cooking this for a couple of minutes, just until these onions are really soft and translucent, and they are getting there quickly. I've got a small green bell pepper that's been chopped and 2 carrots that have been thinly sliced. The recipe calls for a 4-ounce can of diced green chilies. I had a 7-ounce can, so we're just going to use that. 2 cans of great northern beans that have not been drained. Half a teaspoon of ground thyme. You could just use dried thyme, but we didn't have any on hand. A half a teaspoon of Italian seasoning, and then about 1/8 of a teaspoon of black pepper. You want to bring this up to a boil. I'm going to add just a little bit of salt. Now that it's come up to a boil, I'm going to stir it. I'm going to put a lid on it, and we're going to reduce the heat to about medium-low. We're gonna let this simmer for about 45 minutes. I'm gonna come over here and stir it occasionally. I'm gonna prep our cast iron skillet for our cornbread. I'm gonna get some Crisco and rub it all around. This is Stephen's grandmother's cast iron skillet. She's passed away. If you've been with me for a while, then you may have seen the video where I shared all about this. I will link that below. It's a neat story of how we got it, but we use this every time we make cornbread and it works out perfectly every single time. I've got 2½ cups of self-rising corn meal. I'm adding 1/2 cup of Crisco. And I'm adding in 2 eggs. I'm gonna use this pastry cutter and just mix all of this together by going down in a circular motion. We're gonna do this until it resembles coarse crumbs. I'm gonna add in 2 cups of buttermilk. I'm gonna stir that with a fork just until it's blended, and then it goes directly into the cast iron skillet. Okay, this is gonna go in an oven. I've got the oven preheated to 425 and it's gonna bake for 25 to 35 minutes. Our sweet spot always seems to be exactly 30 minutes. Stephen cut up this bacon for us, so I'm gonna add this on top because everything's better with bacon, right, Cole? Mm-hmm. We had some leftover cilantro and green onions from last night's dinner, so why not, right?
This looks really good.
It does.
My kind of meal is kind of like a chili.
Yep, it's really neat, and then it worked out really well because it's actually very rainy outside.
That's really good.
Oh yeah.
That is really, really good. Mm-hmm. The bacon, and then the sauce is really, really good. It's not too watery. It's rich. It's got, you can definitely taste all the seasonings that you put in there.
And the veggies are really soft.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Jessica, for sending this in. This is so easy. I love how easy this was and how tasty it is. And honestly, this is stuff that we normally have on hand all the time anyway, so this will be great.
Perfect with cornbread too.
Oh yeah. Do you have any more commentary for the video at all? Commentator?
I don't know. What can I commentate on?
I don't know. What can you commentate on?
Ain't no telling. I just drank my coffee.
Oh goodness! Out of your dad cup.
My dad cup.
It's pictures of him and his dad. There we go.
Look, there we go. Yeah.
That's Stephen and his dad.
That was before the Air Force.
Air Force.
After training.
And then, let's see.
That's just...
This one was more recent, and that's of him and Cole, of Papa and Cole. Let's see if I can get it to focus. No, it's not one to focus. But this, if you're new here, Stephen's dad passed away almost 2 years ago now. Mm-hmm. In January, it'll be 2 years.
2 years, yeah.
And Stephen's mom had this mug made for Stephen with pictures of him and his dad, so it's his favorite mug. Yeah. Today we are using some chicken thighs, and this is just simply called crock pot chicken with onion soup mix. We need a better name for it. help me name it down in the comments below, but let's get started. Okay, you're either gonna want to spray your large crock pot with some nonstick spray, or you can use a liner like I am. I've got 8 ounces of sliced mushrooms that are gonna go on the bottom. I've also got 1 yellow onion that I chopped or sliced, so we're just gonna throw that on the bottom as well. Now on top of our onions and mushrooms, we are gonna place our chicken thighs. You can use chicken breast if you want to, you just need to be careful and keep an eye on them to make sure that they don't dry out. Now to this small bowl, we are gonna be adding a cup of sour cream, a can of cream of chicken soup, our onion soup mix, and at this point you can add in salt and pepper. I think there's enough salt in the cream of chicken and the onion soup mix, so I am just adding pepper. Let's stir all of this up, and then we're just gonna pour this right over our chicken. Now this can cook on high for just a few hours, or you can cook it low and slow all day. It is early afternoon, so I am going to be putting mine on high.
This screams comfort food.
Yeah, it does.
It's got chicken gravy, some mushrooms.
Oh, you like it?
Oh yeah.
We got Cole on camera. That means it's good.
It's like a creamy gravy. Oh man, that gravy is really good. It's not like too rich. It's just right. It's really creamy. Enhances the flavor of the chicken. The chicken is like fork tender.
Of course it is. It's chicken thighs.
It's just falling apart.
Yep.
And I love that. I'm gonna have to ask you a question.
Okay, ask me a question.
You got cream cheese in there?
Nope. There is no cream cheese.
I'm just making sure. You've been sneaking it in lately.
Lou, babies. No. Grace. Yeah, tell them. So there's no cheese. What is this? What? Tell them. There's chicken. You want? Do you want some? Okay. Oh. She knocked it out of my hand.
You said, give me that chicken.
You want more? All right. Well, thank you, commentator.
Commentator.
Yeah, you need commentator.
And make it in a brown shirt. That way my tater figure will represent.
I've got the tater peeler, so we're good.
Oh God.
All right.
You're my peeler.
I'm your peeler. Love you.
Love you too.
Bye.
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 Bye.